Welcome back, guys. Day 3 of the Champions Showdown treated us to more amazing chess, such as this game between Leinier Dominguez and Veselin Topalov. Dominguez, he did pretty well against Topalov on the first 2 days, but things didn't really go his way on the third day because he lost 2 games against Topalov and he was -2 heading into this final rapid game on day 3. Will he be able to stop the bleeding, or will Topalov continue his good run? Dominguez had white in this game. He opened with e4, e5 from Topalov, knight f3, knight c6, and bishop b5, the Spanish game. Knight f6 from Topalov, d3, and now Topalov goes for this bishop c5 line. We have castles, d6, c3, Topalov castle, knight b to d2, a6, bishop a4, h6, h3, stopping this bishop g4, b5 from Topalov. Black can now choose to fianchetto his bishop. We have bishop c2, rook e8, rook e1, bishop back to b6, so as not to get hit by d4 with tempo in the future. So now Dominguez plays knight to f1, going for this typical maneuver to g3. Topalov now breaks in the center. He goes d5. We have e takes d5, queen takes d5, knight g3, and bishop to b7. Black seems to be doing fine out of the opening, and these 2 bishops are looking quite menacing. We have bishop d2, rook a to d8, nice centralization of the rooks. Queen to e2, connecting the rooks and also adding more protection to the slightly vulnerable f2 pawn. So now Topalov played the queen back to d7, just taking away the f5 square from the knight. Rook a to d1, bishop to c5. Topalov now abandons this g1 a7 diagonal to go bishop f8, which will then enable him to play g6 to control the f5 square. So now Dominguez pushes b4, pushing the bishop back to f8, and now a4, hoping to open up the a file. Topalov decided to take, since now bishop takes a4 is met with queen takes d3. So here Dominguez continued knight to e4, asking a question about the knight on f6. So if knight takes e4, this is going to be good for white. After d takes e4, this rook is now in line with the queen, so let's say queen to e6. And after bishop takes a4, this leaves black with shattered queenside pawns. So after knight to e4, Topalov played knight to d5. Dominguez played queen to f1. Perhaps he should have played bishop takes a4 with hindsight. I guess Dominguez saw the line of knight d4, which attacks the queen and also opens up a discovery on the bishop. And after pawn takes knight, queen takes bishop, d takes e5, knight takes b4, where black's pass a pawn could be an issue. But with more time, maybe Dominguez could have found this knight takes e5. And after knight takes b4, queen to h5 gives white a good kingside initiative. And if bishop takes, then here bishop takes h6, g takes, queen g4 check looks quite dangerous. But in the game queen f1 played by Dominguez. With white only down to 4 minutes and black having 9 minutes, Topalov decides to further imbalance the position. He played a3, provoking rook to a1 from Dominguez, and now knight c takes b4. Topalov only took 30 seconds to make the previous 2 moves. So now we have c takes, knight takes b4, bishop takes b4, bishop takes b4, rook e to b1, a5. With this move, black feels reasonably solid. And this is easier to play with black. With limited time, Dominguez now blunders in this position. He plays knight c5. So queen to c1 would have been the best try, with the idea of playing rook takes a3. But instead, knight c5 played. We have bishop takes c5, rook takes b7, and now bishop to b4, sort of trapping this rook. Queen to d1 now from Dominguez with the idea of bishop a4. We have queen c6 attacking the rook, rook takes, pawn takes b4, bishop a4, queen d6, bishop takes e8, rook takes e8. The resulting position has only benefited Topalov, as these two connected passers are very deadly. Topalov now shows excellent technique in converting this. Queen c2 from Dominguez, we have c5, king to f1, rook d8, attacking d3, so king to e2, and now e4. And this move now creates a third pass pawn. And this looks absolutely hopeless. The game continued. Knight d4, we have b3, queen to c3, b2, rook d1, but here queen to b6, forcing resignation. The threat of a2 and b1 is just lethal. An amazing game from Topalov, and I hope you enjoyed it. Feel free to subscribe to the channel for more chess videos. Thanks for watching and have a great day.